Hey everybody, welcome to another edition of Erika Cole's Soul Kitchen. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make a traditional meatloaf topped with stuffing and gravy, and it's going to be so delicious. Let's get started. To make your gravy, you're going to need about a third cup of beef broth, 2 tablespoons of butter, a half a packet of Lipton onion mushroom soup mix, 2 tablespoons of flour, and 2 tablespoons of soy sauce. Now for our meatloaf, I'm using 1 pound lean ground beef, some stovetop stuffing mix, some shredded Parmesan cheese. I also have some onions and peppers that I've already cut, 1 egg. I have a variety of different seasonings here, and some breadcrumbs. First, we're going to preheat our oven to 375 degrees. Then you're going to just season your meatloaf. Okay, now that we have the ground beef seasoned, we're going to add in the green peppers and our onions. This step is completely optional. I love green peppers and I love onions, so I'm adding this to my meatloaf and it makes it tasty and it smells so good already. A few sprinkles of Parmesan cheese. I don't know, it's just something about this added to this that makes it so great. So I'm going to add about a couple sprinkles. Now I'm going to add in my egg. This will hold your meatloaf together. Now I'm going to use my clean washed hands to mix this all together. Now you want to make sure you get everything in there really good so that every bite has the onions, the peppers, the Parmesan cheese, the seasonings. So just mix it really well. And it's great to mix it with your hands because then you're able to get everything and not miss anything. Okay, so I missed this step, so I'm adding in my breadcrumbs because I simply forgot to do that when I added the rest of the ingredients in. So I'll just do that now and just mix that through very well just to make sure that it gets all the way through the ground beef. Okay, now that we're all done with the ground beef, I'm going to take my pan, I'm going to take some olive oil, I'm going to spray it evenly through, and I'm just going to take sections of this ground beef and I'm just going to pack it until the pan is full. And you want to make sure you get all the corners, the edges, the sides, and just pack that through. Usually I don't use all this ground beef, so I just use it for something else, meatballs, for another day. If I don't use it all, because I mean I've just added too much ground beef, but that's fine. Rather have more than not enough. Okay, so we're finished with that. We're going to place this in our preheated oven for approximately 1 hour. As you can see, I set my timer to 1 hour. Now we're on to the gravy. We're going to start with making our roux, which consists of your 2 tablespoons of butter. Then you want to add in your 2 tablespoons of flour. And this is the thickener for your gravy. And this will prevent it from having white clumps and flour spots in it. So you want to start with the butter first, then add in your flour, and you're just going to mix that really well until It becomes like a paste. And I didn't say we needed water, but we are going to use water at some point. I forgot to say that at the beginning. So we're just going to keep mixing this until, like I said, it becomes a paste-like where there's no more flour in the pot. We're just going to mix it really well. And then we're going to add in the 1/3 cup of the beef broth. So now you're going to add in your Lipton onion soup mix, about half the package, and just stir that in. At this point, your gravy should have a thick consistency, so you're going to need to add water. I'm going to start with about a half a cup of water. I'm going to slowly just add this in. You can add the water depending on the consistency you would like. For me, I'm just going to start with this amount, and once it gets a little thicker, because I have this over medium heat right now, but I'm going to put this on a low heat, and so it can get thick, and then once I see how thick it is, I may have to add water depending. Also here, you can add in your 2 tablespoons of soy sauce, which I forgot to do. Oh wow, I'm just so used to cooking freelancing, so I apologize. I'm going to season this with a little bit of accent, some pepper, then I'm going to add in some onion powder. I'm not going to add in any salt or anything because we have the Lipton onion mix to season, so that's all you would need. So now I have a consistent, thick gravy, and I want it a little thinner, so I'm going to add water to this, just to get it a little bit thinner for the topping because I don't want it too thick, and I want it to stretch it a little bit as well. So, I mean, again, it's up to you how you would like it. This is my preference. So if you want it thinner, you're going to add water. If you like it thicker, you're just going to leave it the way it is. So this gravy is exactly the way I want it. So I'm going to turn my heat to low and so that it simmers and stays warm. And I'm going to move on to the cornbread stuffing that's going to go on the top of our meatloaf. And again, I'm using stovetop stuffing mix. Usually I would make this from scratch, but I want to make this fast. So I'm just going to use this and doctor it up. So I'm adding a boiling cube, a chicken one, to my water, just to add more flavor. So yes, you could just follow the directions on the box. I'm just speeding through this so you can see that I made it. It takes about maybe 5 minutes to make. And this is actually, when you doctor it up the way I have, it tastes really good. I'm adding some sugar into the mix. And sometimes I add a little pepper. And now I'm going to take the meatloaf out the oven because it's done. It's been an hour. So I'm going to take this out and get ready to layer it with the stuffing. It looks really good. And we're going to take this out the pan once it's done. So don't worry about the juices and liquids and everything. We're going to take it out. Okay, so I did drain the liquids. I'm adding the stuffing to the top. So I'm just evenly placing this all over the whole top of this meatloaf. The stuffing is so delicious. I know a lot of people are saying, stovetop. Like I said, I usually make it from scratch, but this is a quick and easy way to make it for dinner. So you're not sitting here, making cornbread, making the broth. So this is a fast way to do it. And once you doctor it up like I have, it tastes really good. And I'm really one who never wanted to ever use stovetop. I've been taught how to make from scratch stuffing. So this is just something for a quick, easy meal, and it's actually very tasty and delicious, if I must say so myself. So you're going to just place the gravy on top, and spread it evenly around. And then we're going to place this in the oven just to heat it all together for about 10 minutes, maybe 15. So that's how you make a delicious meatloaf topped with stuffing and gravy. I thank you so much for watching Erika Cole's Soul Kitchen. If you enjoyed this video, please press like, and any suggestions on what I could make, please comment below. And don't be afraid to share this video with your friends. Bye.